We, of course, are coming off a very, very big NXT show, NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day. And, of course, the heartbreak, it can still be felt in the community. I hope that John is doing well. I haven't heard anything from John since Sunday, so thoughts with him. But yes, the Undisputed Era obviously imploding. We're sure to find out more about that tonight. I must say that probably the intrigue is with NXT. I feel that AEW are in an interesting place because, of course, their women's tournament is starting. And I'm really down for that. I'm really excited for the women's tournament, the Women's Championship #1 Contenders Tournament. It's got Japanese stars. It's got American talent. So there's a lot to look forward to there. So, yeah, it looks like tonight we've got quite a bit to go through in regards to AEW. Not so much when we look at NXT. They've only announced Karrion Kross versus Santos Escobar. Normally, there's like loads of stuff for us to talk about and loads of stuff for us to go through. Not so much this time when it comes to NXT. Lots to talk about in regards to AEW. There's a brand new promotion on the way, or a new show. Brand is probably the word I'm looking for when it comes to NXT. So we need to talk about that. And any other bits of news that people have got and want to talk about. They even have Bad Bunny shirts on Hot Topics website. Do they? They're now stocking it on there. That's interesting. Let me just find, where is this gone? Hang on, give me a second. We've got a little drama. I'm wondering why this computer's not turning on, and it might be because there's no power going into it. That might do it. So, yeah, shout out to everyone that's joining us. The Bad Bunny stuff is very, very... For that? Give me a second. Hang on. Where has that disappeared to? Ah, found it. Yes, I should have done this before I started. Okay, that's fixed now. Yeah, the Bad Bunny situation's quite interesting because obviously he's 24/7 champion now. I saw loads of tweets from people like celebrating the fact he was 24/7 champion. So he's clearly got a fan base. He's clearly got big support. I saw loads of people like going crazy on Twitter that he was the 24/7 champion. So it's so weird because when it happened, I'm pretty sure in our community we all kind of like
the fam hashtag HTD
rolled
for
our
life
eyes.
is a legend. They donated $5 via a super chat. Hello days, ready to watch with you tonight, should be fun.
BWYA hashtag the fam hashtag HTD for life. Shout out to you, my friend. Hope you are well. Welcome. As we said, yeah, it should be an interesting show tonight. So, yeah, the Bad Bunny thing is very interesting because it kind of feels like people are really split on this. He's clearly got support. There's people that were celebrating the fact that he'd won the championship. He's #1, #2, #3, #4 on the bestseller list. But yeah, I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand. But hey, you know, it is what it is. There's no denying that he is clearly influential. So there we go. We've got to talk about NXT Evolve. This is the big thing that I sent a tweet out about. And this is basically a brand new brand. So do you remember we spoke before about how NXT is having an identity crisis? I feel like we say this every Wednesday because I've felt this way for a long time. And I'm sure you have as well, many of you out there. It doesn't know whether it wants to be a rival to AEW. It doesn't know if it wants to be a third brand or if it's still developmental. It's meant to be where people go to learn before they go to Raw and SmackDown. That's what NXT has always been. But it's not that way anymore. It's on network TV. It's got people like Finn Balor that have gone back to it. Same with Ember Moon. We also have seen NXT talent now, you know, people winning Rumbles and going after their championships, like Charlotte, Edge, of course, on the show, saying that he might pick to go after the NXT title. So it's in this very strange place. It doesn't know whether it wants to be part of the main roster now, or it doesn't know if it's meant to still be doing what it was doing. They've got to get that sorted. That is, I would say, NXT's biggest problem.
They donated $2 via a super chat.
Shout out to you, buddy. Appreciate the support. Well, news has come through today. Always Big O. Shout out to you, my friend. News has come through today that there is a brand new brand on the way called NXT Evolve. So this is obviously based on Evolve that they purchased. And this is called NXT Evolve. And this is going to be, I think, where that talent is going to break through. It's filmed at a warehouse in Orlando. So it's filmed in a warehouse in Orlando. It is going to use predominantly stars that are just breaking through. It's going to have a fight feel. So they're going more for, like, I don't want to say Raw Underground, but I suppose in a way I've kind of got that in mind. I think it is going to feel edgy and fresh, and I still expect it to have matches. I still expect it to be wrestling. So I'm not quite Raw Underground, maybe Raw Underground, but with matches. And apparently it's got its own championship as well. So there will be an NXT Evolve champion. It's going to have this fight feel. They've already apparently recorded quite a bit of it. And no news as to when it's actually going to start airing. But they haven't... There's conflicting reports because I've read they haven't finalized the NXT Evolve name. There's a few rumors that it could be NXT Underground that they go with. What I don't want people to think is that this is going to be Raw Underground. No one's saying that. It's just maybe the flavor might be along those lines, but I expect it to be wrestling. I do expect it to be wrestling, not the kind of MMA fighting style that we saw, the kind of Fight Club style that we saw. I wouldn't expect that. But apparently it is still going to have more of a fight feel. So I wouldn't be expecting lucha, high-flying, things along those lines. I would expect this to be gritty, dirty, kind of like Timothy Thatcher's Dream. Kind of do you know what I mean? Timothy Thatcher's Dream promotion. So it sounds very, very intriguing, and it sounds like it's going to offer something a little bit different. I'm hoping this will clean up NXT, and NXT can then go on to become a third brand. It should just be a third brand. I don't mind the fact that they want to do takeovers and they want to do their own thing. I kind of like that in a way. But I do still think that it should play a bit more of a bigger part than what it's doing at the moment. It really does feel like it's out on its own, but to a detriment, because it kind of feels like they haven't got really the star power yet in order to get the ratings. And I mean, it's kind of crazy how Raw does like 1.7 million on a Monday, and on the same channel just a couple of days later, like, we struggle for 650,000. And I think everyone would agree that NXT is the better show. So it's kind of crazy. And you have to put that down to viewing habits. People are so used to watching on a Monday night. They're not so used to watching on a Wednesday. Not those casual fans. Plus also, again, the casual fans, the fans that watched in the Attitude Era that might just check out Rumbles and WrestleManias. Are they going to tune in for Karrion Kross? Are they going to tune in for Tommaso Ciampa? Like, they don't know these names. They might tune in for a Seth Rollins. They might tune in for an Edge. They might tune in for a Sasha Banks. But are they going to tune in for a Candice LeRae? So this is nothing. I'm not running down those talents. They're all great talents. I know the answer. Many people will be like, well, they should. Well, yes, you're right. They should. But looking at the ratings, they aren't. So, they've got to try and find a way of just kind of cleaning it up a little bit. We don't need as much green, new talent in NXT. That is something that some people enjoy. I do understand that. But, well, if you enjoy it, you're about to get a whole promotion. So, you're about to get a whole new brand. So, you should be very excited. So NXT Evolve really do seem very interested in this. I do see some big potential in this. I think the other thing that should excite people is that it's Gabe Sapolsky who is overseeing it, and he is the person that helped create Ring of Honor. He helped create Evolve. He's also worked with lots of other promotions. He is really a mastermind when it comes to this kind of a thing. So he is the driving force behind this. There's no reason for this to not be a massive success. So, and I think Jeremy Borash is involved as well, and he is someone that's been around for a long time. So, yeah, lots of excitement about this. Details are sketchy, of course. There's just a couple of reports doing the rounds. There's no images. There's no official announcement. There's no juicy details other than what we've said, unfortunately. But I think that it's very exciting news, and it's definitely a step in the right direction. So, and apparently it's been filmed in an Orlando warehouse, because that's where the Performance Center has moved to. I did wonder where had the Performance Center gone, because I hadn't heard anything. Because, of course, they can't use the Performance Center because now it's the Capitol Wrestling Center. They've changed it to, like, its own little arena. So, like, you can't get out the extra rings that you need and then put them away when it's time for NXT. Like, you're not going to keep doing that. So, clearly they've hired another warehouse locally, and that's where it's all being run. So, and apparently this is where... The problem is now, this is where they're doing, apparently, NXT Evolve. I feel sorry for the Performance Center people. They're just constantly getting moved around, and new shows keep popping up wherever they are. They're like, oh my God. So, yeah, very, very exciting news. Let's try and jump into the chats. Bonyak Attacks. Hope you are well. Says, hey, Monica King, I am sorry for your divorce. He was the best of us. Daniel says, last week Matt Hardy tried to lure Hangman into signing a contract under him, and as Matt looked away, Hangman pulled his own contract out, throwing Matt's away, and then he signed it and made Matt sign it. Yeah, there's going to be some kind of a double swerve there. So we'll have to see what comes of that tonight. When it comes to AEW, so obviously we've spoke a little bit there about NXT, but when it comes to AEW, what we've got on the show tonight, we've got FTR taking on Mike and Matt Sydal. We've got Matt Hardy, Hangman Page, and Private Party taking on Chaos Project and TH2. We've got Serena Deeb taking on Riho, which is awesome. Riho, the first ever AEW Women's Champion, taking on who could be the best female wrestler in AEW. Serena Deeb, absolutely awesome. I love Serena Deeb. Love what she's been doing. We got Young Bucks taking on Santana and Ortiz. We got Sting and Darby Allin calling out Team Taz. And then, I'm guessing this is the main event, Jon Moxley, Lance Archer, and Rey Fenix versus Eddie Kingston, Butcher, and Blade. The other thing was that Tony Khan appeared on Impact yesterday and said there was a late Valentine's gift for Kenny, and he couldn't wait for him to have it. And that's on the show tonight as well. So Tony Khan has got a Valentine's gift. This is weird. For Kenny Omega. And he's going to get it on the show tonight. So, and honestly, all I'm hearing is the Forbidden Door. That's all I keep hearing now. The Forbidden Door is open. The Forbidden Door. So the Forbidden Door, of course, is the door to New Japan, which is now open. So we've seen Kenta, big rumors that Okada is on the way. Don't know that that's tonight. But I mean, you know, we'll have to see. There's no reason to really wait. If the Forbidden Door is open, let's start getting people walking through it then. There's no point opening a door if no one's going to use it. So let's start getting people walking through it. Days NXT has announced some more stuff. Check Twitter. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look and see what has NXT got in store for me? We have got... we've got Aaliyah, Jesse, and Robert Stone doing something. Okay, tonight, Kyle O'Reilly looks for answers from Adam Cole. If you are an Undisputed Era fan, tonight is going to be emotion. Johnny Gargano looks for Austin Theory. People are looking for a lot of things on this show, aren't they? Kyle O'Reilly's looking for answers. Johnny Gargano's looking for Austin Theory. Ember Moon and Shotzi are going to be taking on Candice and Indy Hartwell. And the winning teams of the Dusty Classic celebrate. So there we go. Still not tons announced. But Ember and Shotzi against Candice and Indy is another match that has been announced for tonight. Jim Gore, shout out to you. Hope you are well. Leo says, what time is it for AEW in the UK and what channel? It starts in 43 minutes. And if you want to watch it live, I think the only way is to get Fight TV. You have to pay $4.99. That's what I do. FightTV.com. Otherwise, I think they do show replays. But if you want to watch it live,
is a legend.
Fight
They
TV.
donated $5 via a super chat. Days. Apparently Kross versus Escobar has been pulled from NXT. No reason given.
Good point. That wasn't on the little intro that I just read. Kyle O'Reilly looks for answers. Johnny Gargano looks at Austin Theory. Ember Moon and Shotzi versus Candice and Indy. And the winning teams celebrate the Dusty Classic. You're right. There's no mention of Karrion Kross. I wonder why. I wonder if someone's got a slight little injury or something like that. I also wonder if we're going to see L.A. Knight, Eli Drake, in his new persona. So we might be seeing him on the show tonight also. With AEW, of course, we're building towards Revolution, which isn't that far away. We're only, 2-3 weeks away from that show. So, yeah, you'd have to think that they're going to have something in store tonight. I must admit, I do look at their card and I do feel underwhelmed. I mean, like, FTR versus Matt and Mike Sydal just kind of strikes me as a bit of a AEW dart match. Matt Hardy, Hangman Private Party against Chaos Project and TH2. I think Matt Hardy, Hangman have got some interesting stuff going on. Private Party are cool. I mean, Chaos Project, I'm not that big a fan on. TH2, I don't really care for. Serena Deeb versus Riho. That's probably the match I'm most looking forward to tonight. Young Bucks against Santana and Ortiz should be fine. Sting and Darby Allin speaking. I feel like we've seen that every week. John Moxley, Lance Archer, Ray Fenix against Eddie Kingston, Butcher and Blade. That's probably going to be our main event. I feel like you look at that and you go, well, I do. I kind of go, it's not loads there. I've definitely seen better AEW Dynamite lineups than that. But because we're so close to Revolution, then I think there's a very good chance we do get some sort of surprise. Or some kind of something. They've got to know that the buzz right now is with NXT. They've got to know that coming out of that fantastic takeover and Undisputed Era splitting up and NXT Evolve kind of rumors doing the rounds. I kind of feel like AEW needs something tonight, could really do with something tonight. So I don't know if that's New Japan. I don't know if there's going to be an Impact invasion or a big twist or turn. I'm not too sure, but I think they need some, and hopefully they feel the same. Not Friedman, shout out to you.
Not Friedman is a legend. They donated $4.99 via a super chat. I hope Santana and Ortiz win the tag team titles.
Yeah, I do like them too. I think they've been very good. I think they've kind of been an afterthought in the Inner Circle, but they've still effortlessly been on TV. So there's pros and cons to it. Like, even though they're definitely overshadowed in the inner circle by pretty much everyone, they still have been involved in big angles and big segments and big matches. And so they're very interesting because I do think they're a great team. I do think they're, hard hitting, like legit. I really like them. But yeah, you don't really notice them, in all fairness, because they're so overshadowed by Jericho, Sammy, MJF. Do you know what I mean, and all of that. So yeah, I don't disagree. I would like them to become tag champs. Sting and Darby segments bore me. I never look forward to them, says Austin. What do you think Sting and Darby will say to Team Taz? To be honest, I don't know if there's anything they can say. I think when Sting came in, it was such a buzz. It was one of the biggest buzzes AEW ever had. I think their ratings popped as well. They started getting up to like 1 million. Unfortunately, that has now settled back down for them. I think it's because they use Sting just every single week. Every single week he's on the show, and every single week next to nothing happens. In all fairness, like, it's hard to know really how you can use Sting, because like you can do a promo and whatever, but he's not going to have loads of matches. And like seeing him week after week after week after week, it's diminishing returns, isn't it? So it's really difficult. Sting is kind of like Andre the Giant. Do you know what I mean? You should bring him in for a bit, get like, the buzz going and all of that kind of stuff, and then he should go away for a little while, and then you can bring him back again. Like, Andre never really stayed in a territory. He just went around the world, like when they needed a boost. If your promotion was struggling and you needed a boost, you'd pick up the phone and go, can I get Andre in August or something like this? And you'd get him to come in, and Andre the Giant's in town, and everyone would be talking about the wrestling again. So I kind of feel like that's similar to how they should use Sting, because already we're at a point where I'm looking at that and it's like, I'm not that excited for it, if I'm being perfectly honest. And I love Sting, but I do expect it to be a case that they're just going to say like a pretty standard promo. They're going to obviously have a go at the fact that Darby Allin was kidnapped and dragged behind that car, and I don't know, man. I don't know. They're doing some good stuff, but there's some stuff that they do need to have a look at, because I do think it could be executed a little bit better. And that's not just a criticism of AEW. I feel that way about NXT as well. So I don't want AEW fans thinking I'm just having a pop at them. But I am definitely, I think most people are more excited for NXT tonight because of that Undisputed Era split. That is the big talking point. So just like, I was super excited when Sting first came in. That was the big talking point. So, Days, I might be miserable, but although the door being opened is exciting, I'm not that fussed. I am mainly an NXT fan, though. If they keep bringing people in, surely the door being open will also be dull soon. Yes. Too much of anything is bad. Also, I don't know if that's true, but you can't have too much of my streams. Yeah, make sure you're subscribed. But I do think that the door being open and people constantly coming through would be a problem. So you've kind of got Kenta at the moment, but Kenta and Moxley is a match we already know is happening. Like, it's exciting to see Kenta on AEW, but that's not what people are wanting. People are waiting for that moment. And what a moment it will be when Okada walks out onto that AEW stage. Okada is the one people are waiting for. Because I think you can say that this generation's big, modern, classic feud was Omega and Okada. That will be what we remember from this time. I can't see anything getting to that level for a long, long time, because it was so big and it generated such buzz. And wasn't it like the first 6-star match as well? I mean, like, How's anything going to top that? Are we going to get like... I don't even know if Dave Meltzer's gone 7 stars. I don't know off the top of my head. But I know he broke his rating system for that. And as a result, he broke the wrestling world. And so that series of matches, those 3 matches that Okada and Omega had, are kind of the mountaintop. And so really, you could say off the back of that, off the back of that is what built Omega, really turned him into this massive star. People knew of him before, of course they did. He was in Bullet Club and, he'd been doing awesome work. But casual fans, I say casual fans, but those kind of wrestling fans that don't watch New Japan, might watch WWE, might watch Impact, might watch, other indie promotions, whatever. A lot of them weren't watching New Japan started because of the hype around that series. So there's a lot of eyes on AEW because of that feud. And when Okada walks out on that stage and you get them flashbacks to that feud, and like maybe Omega will be in the ring at the time and Okada is just stood there full on Rainmaker robe and like the money coming down, and because they're going to give him the big entrance. So when he comes out, that is going to be monumental. And you can underline the mental because it is going to be awesome. So I think that's what people are waiting for. And there's going to be others as well. I mean, like, I think Naito, Tanahashi, Takahashi, all of those coming through will be great as well. But there's no denying it's Okada that people are waiting for. So, yeah, you don't want to overdo it, but I would probably make you wait for Okada. If I was booking it, I know that's what people are waiting for. I know it is. So why would I give it you now? Like, why would I give it you now? Surely I'm building to it. So, if the door's open, the next person that I'm bringing through is going to be really exciting, but it is not going to be Okada. I might bring through Will Ospreay. I mean, Will Ospreay, absolutely awesome wrestler. Absolutely incredible. I might even bring through Kota Ibushi, the current champion, the current IWGP and IWGP Intercontinental champion. Man that won the main event of Wrestle Kingdom this year. One of the biggest stars in New Japan. I might bring the champ through. But even Ibushi is not the same level as Okada. People are waiting for Okada. So I would make you wait for that. But I do agree, there's no point just sending them all through at the same time. Do you know what I mean? Because you're right, it becomes dull. But I don't think it becomes dull until after Okada. And even then, like, there's loads you can do. It's very exciting. It is very exciting. Did you watch when Lacey announced that she was pregnant? I did. Yes, I was shocked. And then I was shocked when I found out she was actually pregnant. So, Jason P says AEW is going to come to the UK in 2022 with All Out. I can't say I've heard that news. I know they want to come to the UK. Apparently, they had plans to come to the UK. But I can't say I heard that All Out is what they were going to be bringing. So that's an interesting rumor, unless it's been confirmed anywhere, and I've just missed it. Boy says Seth said on the bump that he will have a new theme song soon because Burn It Down doesn't fit his character. That's interesting. Rotem said, Days, do you think Gargano will find Theory? If so, where will he be found? I think he will find him. He's going to have to find him. Where will he be found? It'll probably be some kind of... I don't know, man. I don't know. Honestly, there's so many kidnappings. It is ridiculous. I mean, we were just talking about how Darby was kidnapped and dragged behind a car. And now we're talking about Austin Theory's been kidnapped. And don't forget, Dexter Lumis had kidnapped some Undisputed Era people before as well. It's like, there's so many kidnappings in wrestling. It is wild. It is wild. So, I don't know. I don't know where he's going to be found. Perhaps he's going to be found in the same place as everyone that gets kidnapped is found. Perhaps there's like a place that kidnapped wrestlers go. Do you know what I mean? Perhaps there's like a safe house for them or something. I don't know. Because it does happen on a very, very regular basis. A very regular basis. Days, stay off the drums and stay on bass. I do love that saying. Shout out to you, Bunyak. Daniel says, Days, what do you think about the Sammy Guevara news about false reports that he's got heat with Tony Khan after refusing to do a storyline with Impact? I didn't know they were false reports. I'd seen the reports, but I didn't know that they were said to be false. Honestly, I think if he has turned around and said he doesn't want to do something, I think that's great. I really do. I think that's great. Because I think probably more wrestlers should do that. There's so much rubbish that gets produced, and I am looking at you, Raw. But I do think that wrestlers should be able to stand up and say they don't want to do that. So if he has turned around and said he doesn't want to do something, I kind of like the fact that he's that comfortable, that confident, that he feels that he can do that, and that he's got that kind of a relationship there. Because make no mistake about it, you would only do that if you felt comfortable. Because Tony Khan, I know, like, he comes across as like, you know, one of the guys kind of a thing, but he is still a businessman, and this is still a business relationship that he's got with Impact. So I heard it and I was kind of like, fair play. If Sammy really doesn't feel like that's the way forward, then it is important that he expresses that. And he's done exactly that. So if it is coming out now that that's just like a false report, then okay, so be it. But if it's true, then I've got respect for it. I wish there was more wrestlers that turned down some of this rubbish that they get given. And I don't even know what he was given. I mean, honestly, who knows what he was asked to do? So, yeah, I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's false. I just saw that that same report saying that he'd turned around and said, like, that he didn't want to do this thing. And I was kind of like, yeah, cool. Because he knows his character, doesn't he? He knows his character. He knows what his audience want and what his audience expect, and he's got his own ideas and whatever, and if there's something, you can't do it all the time, right? But I've not heard of him doing it in AEW. I haven't heard of him doing this and being a problem in AEW. This isn't something that he does on a regular basis. So if this was going to be like a one-off because it's bad, this is a one-off because it's just not right for his character. Good. More people do that, please. So yeah, I don't know. I can't answer it, especially not now if it's a false report. Meltzer came out and said that Sammy and Tony are fine, and there's no heat that Sammy turned down a storyline to be revealed as a member of a new faction, but the faction are a mysterious-looking group, right? So it's not a false report then. What it is that they're fine. So there's no heat. So the report said that there was problems between Tony and Sammy. That's not true. Sammy did turn this thing down, but there's no issues between him and Tony. Right, well, there we go. Boom. Lovely. I love it. Great. Honestly, why the flip didn't Dominic Dijakovic, Shane Thorne, Mia Yim, yeah? Why didn't they turn around and go, okay, love your idea for Retribution. I can see that you've bought some masks. Oh, T-Bar, you say. Slapjack, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm going to say no, because I've got dignity. So there we go. Thank you very much for the opportunity, though. And I'll just hang in NXT till you've got something actually creative and actually worth my time. Right, so there we go. All Sammy Guevara's done is what Mercedes Martinez did. Good for him, good for her, and good for him. Well done. They are both modern-day heroes. They are both modern-day heroes that deserve our respect. Kai said, I think people are waiting for Ibushi more than Okada because of his history with Kenny. Well, it's a good point. I mean, I would have to disagree, but I do completely see where you're coming from because of them being the Golden Lovers. So them turning up and reuniting is massive as well. But I do think that Okada, who his name is known to people that don't watch New Japan, I think Ibushi's maybe. And maybe for the AEW crowd, there's a good chunk that are really excited for Ibushi as well. But Okada has won, like, when you look in, like, Pro Wrestling Illustrated, and when you look at, like, Wrestling Observer, and when the conversation comes up of best wrestler in the world, it's always, for the past 3, 4 years, Okada's name is always either number one or in the top two. Like, it's Okada, 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 Okada. If anyone asks who is the best wrestler in the world, Okada's name gets mentioned. Fairly recently, it's been Ospreay. I have seen Ospreay getting a lot of credit recently, but that means that Okada's number two. But past like few years, it's been Okada, and I think those matches in particular, I think really matter. They really matter. They're like the Ric Flair, Ricky Steamboat of this generation. They're kind of like, dare I say, the Undertaker, Shawn Michaels. I mean, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, you've got to remember that is now 12 years ago. It's WrestleMania 37 this year. WrestleMania 25 is when Undertaker faced Shawn, and then again at 26. So it is 12, 11 years ago. That's quite a long time, man. That's quite a long time. Maybe not a different generation time, but it is still quite a long time. So, yeah, I think you're right. I think people are waiting for Ibushi because of the Golden Lovers thing. But I do think Okada's name is just higher at the moment in the pecking order. I think his championship reign. I think for me, even though Ibushi is like quite old, isn't he? I think that he's only just really starting his main event run and his run with the championship. And who knows, in a couple of years, he could be right where Okada is now in the pecking order. But I kind of feel like Ibushi has got a lot to do over these next couple of years. I love Ibushi. I feel like he's worked his whole life to get to this point. It's kind of a bit like Drew McIntyre, only a bit more extreme. Because Ibushi, I think, is like 37, 38. So the next couple of years where he's sure to constantly be in that main event picture, if not champion itself. I think big years for Ibushi. So I get your point. It's a really good point, and there's definitely AEW fans that will be looking forward to Ibushi as much, if not more. So yeah, I think there's so much potential, so many stories. You got the whole Bullet Club story as well, haven't you? So this Forbidden Door, man, can throw up some tasty stuff, can't it? So super excited to see who comes through that door next. And will it be tonight? I know we're sitting here like just throwing theories around, having a nice time, having a bit of a chat, but this could impact tonight because anyone could be on the show. I don't know what they're going to book for Revolution to give it that little extra spice. And if the Forbidden Door's open, why would you not book a New Japan star? It could be Kenta. Might turn out to be Kenta. They might bring through Suzuki and do something there. I don't know, man. I'm excited. Days, I guess you would love my profile. Sasuke, shout out to you. Bembo said, are you streaming UFC 259 in 3 weeks? 100,000% yes. That is one of the biggest UFC cards I have ever seen. And UFC fans know that I'm not even just saying that. Like, UFC fans know. They just know. 3 title fights. Peter Yan versus Aljamain Sterling just deserves the main event. Aljamain Sterling is such a big future star. Peter Yan as well, looking so impressive. And that for a championship. Then we've got the Lady Goat, Amanda Nunes, defending her title as well. The greatest female MMA fighter of all time. on that card defending her belt. And then, you know, they were just like, should we put something else on that's tasty? How about we have the light heavyweight champion going up against the middleweight champion in a champion versus champion match? Light heavyweight championship on the line. So if Adesanya loses, he doesn't lose the middleweight title, but it's for the light heavyweight. So light heavyweight champion Jan Blachowicz taking on middleweight champion and just the guy that happens to be on the cover of UFC 4, the new video game, Israel Adesanya, one of the biggest names in MMA. So, yeah, that's the 3 fights at the top of the card and the rest of the card stacked. That card is one of the biggest UFC cards ever, and it's about 3 weeks away. That stream is going to be popping. That is going to be popping. So, can't wait for that. We've got Elimination Chamber this weekend as well, and there will be an Elimination Chamber watch-along tomorrow. I still don't know which one it's going to be at this stage. There's voting in progress. So, yeah, we'll see what tomorrow holds. But Elimination Chamber watch-along tomorrow. SmackDown on Friday. Saturday, we've got UFC. Curtis Blades against Derek Lewis. We've got on Sunday, Elimination Chamber. Back round to Raw. Wrestling Escape Pod. And then we're back round to NXT. So every single day till next Wednesday, we are doing a stream. So, hey-ho. One match we definitely need to see is Pac versus Ospreay 2, says Kai Phillips. Daniel said the card is insane. 3 title fights, and then you've got a potential #1 contenders fight for the light heavyweight championship in Santos versus Rakic. Not to mention Cruz as well. Cruz, who's on the prelims. The flipping prelim. That's how stacked this thing is. Cruz goes on to the prelims. Did you hear a rumor that Tony Khan is knocking on WWE's door, inviting them in? Will we get an AEW crossover? No. Of course, Tony Khan is knocking on WWE's door. Fun fact, Tony Khan has knocked on WWE's door since this whole thing began. I have no doubt in my mind that there's been some attempt at some point to see if they would be interested in doing something, right? We all know the answer. We all know the answer. Vince does not work with other people. Vince has no relationship with New Japan.
Is a legend. They donated $1.99 via a super chat. What would you make the main event of Revolution?
That's a good question, Joaquin. I'll come back to it. So, yeah, we know that Vince won't work with other people. Vince doesn't have a working relationship with New Japan. He doesn't have a working relationship with Impact. He didn't have a working relationship with WCW till he bought them. So, no. I don't care. Tony Khan, of course. I saw Cody saying it as well. We're open to working with WWE. Of course you are. Of course you are. Raw gets 1.7 million viewers. SmackDown gets 2.2. AEW gets 700,000. Of course they're open to working with WWE.
22 is a legend. They donated £1.99 via a super chat. Hello, Days. How are you?
Hello, Mini King.
Hands in the air. Cool face. 100.
Hope you're well, bud. Hope you are well. Mini King, really cool guy. Got a YouTube channel, and you should definitely check it out. So, yeah, shout out to Mini King. Joaquin said, what would you make the main event of Revolution? Well, feel free to let us know in the chat. It's a good one to throw out to people. We've got 15 minutes to go until the shows begin. But what would you make the main event of Revolution? What would I do? Who is the champion at the moment? The champion at the moment is Kenny. And who's the heel under Kenny? Who's the big heel that's underneath Kenny? Eddie Kingston, maybe? I don't know. Who's the second biggest heel in the company? I'm trying to think. Because would you pair them together and put them against New Japan? I feel like that's probably one of the biggest things you could do. Maybe you do Okada and Ibushi versus Kenny and I feel like someone else that's come from New Japan. No, Cody's a face, so you can't do that. That's hard, isn't it? Who would you partner? I mean, you could just go Kenny versus Okada. I do feel that there should be someone from New Japan. If this relationship's open and the door's open, then let's do it. Let's do a match at Revolution. I mean, they don't have that many pay-per-views in a year, so it's a big deal. It's a big deal when an AEW pay-per-view comes around. So let's do it. Let's do a match. So Okada, I don't know if I would do a Mega Okada so early. Again, I kind of feel like make people wait. It's only in a few weeks. So I don't know I would do that, to be honest. So, it's really difficult. Maybe I'd do something with Impact first. Perhaps I would do like Team AEW versus Team Impact for the main event. And then you can easily just fill out the rest of the card. And then at the show, you have Team AEW wins. They're celebrating, and out comes Team New Japan. How about that? Team AEW versus Team Impact to find out who is the better brand. It can get down to like, one-on-one. It's really tense. Who's going to win? Don Callis helps them win. He turns on Impact. How could you do that, Don? How could you turn your back on us, Don? Blah, 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 blah. Right? AEW win, and then out comes Team New Japan. Something like that, I think, would be awesome. That would send shockwaves. Because what you're doing is you're teasing it. You're not really giving, like, the full payoff. Like, that allows you to build, then, towards the future. So, I do like that. What if Tony Khan doesn't take no lightly and he shows up at WWE? Then what happens? He gets arrested and there would be a restraining order given. Big Fish, Little Fish says, Aleister Black refusing to wrestle for WWE after Zelina's release. Days, what if Rhea Ripley replaces Lacey? That would be awesome. Was trying to figure out who it was going to be that was going to do that, and I suppose it could be Rhea. Might be a bit early. The only downside, right? The only downside with that is you've got to win a Royal Rumble to get a title opportunity, right? So that epic Royal Rumble that we saw, that was Rhea Ripley against Bianca Belair, winner goes to WrestleMania, winner gets a title match. We're going to say literally like 3 weeks later, it's meant to be Lacey versus Asuka. Lacey gets pregnant, so we're just going to give Rhea Ripley a title shot now. Like, all of a sudden, you do go, well, hang on, what's the Royal Rumble about then? Like, I know you get to go to WrestleMania. I understand that's part of the prize. But isn't the biggest part of the prize the fact that you get a title opportunity? And now all of a sudden, we're just going to hand one out to Rhea Ripley because she's cool. I don't know. That I would need to be sold on it. I love the idea. It's a match I would love to see, but I'd like a logical way of getting there. We don't just hand out these opportunities unless Asuka's going to do an open challenge, and then that would allow Rhea Ripley to answer it. But even then, you'd go, oh, that's kind of weird, isn't it? Like, they have to go through a hellacious 30-woman Royal Rumble, or just wait a few weeks. Someone's going to get pregnant, and then you'll be able to have the title opportunity anyway. When will we get Finn versus Volta? Hey, Volta? What about Volta tonight? They've heavily teased, haven't they? They've heavily teased that Volta is on the way. So, yeah, there's a good chance we do see Volta soon. Oh, now you've got me extra excited. I love that, man. Yeah, that's cool. Days, Okada or Volta? Oh, that's tough. That's really tough. That's really tough. I might say I'm more into Volta at the moment. I think his size, he's had some, I mean, like, it's so difficult because overall, Okada, right now, Volta, because Volta's on a killer title reign. Like, that NXT UK title reign is awesome. He's been having great matches, of course, against, like, A-Kid, Dragunov. We saw his matches against, like, Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate. Like, he has had some killer matches, man. And I know that he lost a lot of time because of the pandemic, but we're back. We're up and running. Who knows what's next for him? He's big, legit, powerful, agile, great wrestler. He's got it all. He's got it all. The only thing he hasn't got is the ripped body, but he doesn't need it because he looks like the high school bully in hell, doesn't he? If there is a high school in hell, then Volta is the bully of it. He just looks legit. What Volta has got, I think, don't they call it the airport effect, right? And that is that's something that used to be said in the past. You can tell a great wrestler is going to have impact. You can tell that someone's going to really connect when they walk through an airport and everyone stops and stares at them, right? Everyone stops and stares. Andre the Giant had the airport effect. Hogan had the airport effect. Undertaker had the airport effect. You know what I mean? These big guys, these big, larger-than-life guys. Well, Volta, do you know what I mean? He's like 6 foot something. He's got a good size to him. You notice Volta when he comes walking through an airport. So yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. So I would say overall though, Okada of course has had better matches. Has had like big feuds, lot of excitement around him. Great entrance. Just a great championship reign, one of the greatest championship reigns ever, with his, like, I can't even remember, is it 700 odd day IWGP title reign? So again, as we said earlier, like, best wrestler in the world for like the past 3-4 years. So there's no denying that Okada is ahead of Volta, but just, I mean, right now, yeah, Volta. But I'm so into what he's doing. I think it's just gutting we didn't get more. It's just gutting we didn't get more because what we have had has been so good. Kai said, I think the main event of Revolution will be Kenny versus Pac. I don't think we get any big names from New Japan until next year because of COVID and big stars missing shows because of quarantining. Revolution, you could be right. The only thing I would say is there is movement now. We are starting to see, like, Tony Storm, who had been kept out of the US, is now in the US. Obviously, Alexander Wolf as well, who had been out of the US, is now in the US. We are now starting to see movement. I think the reason why they're doing this women's tournament is because when we get down to the final, they're going to bring in, obviously, whoever won the Japanese side over to America. So there is movement now. Maybe you're right in the sense of we're going to struggle with a Team New Japan. But, I mean, what? Team New Japan only needs to be, like, 5 guys. You know, I'm not saying the whole New Japan roster's going to come over. I'm just saying, like, 5 or even 4. Team AEW, pick 4 guys. Team Impact, pick 4 guys. Team New Japan can be 4 guys. Like, we haven't got to really break the world. We ain't got to charter or a plane to bring them over. And one of them can be Kenta. Do you know what I mean? So, and he's already in the US. So, bring over Ibushi, bring over Okada, bring over Naito. That's it. Done. Bring over Switchblade Jay White, maybe. I don't know. But, yeah, I think there's a way you can do it. Where there's a will, there is a way. And we are starting to see movement now. We are starting to see movement. But maybe you're right. Maybe it won't be for Revolution. Maybe we're just going to have to wait that little bit longer. But honestly, the wait is going to be good. The wait is going to be worth it because the payoff will be bigger. This is what I keep saying about the Roman title reign. It's like, I don't want Roman to lose the title, because when he does lose the title, it's going to be one of them all-time memorable moments because it's going to mean more. It's going to matter more. But it takes time for things to matter, and it takes time for things to mean things. So, yeah, I'm all right with playing the waiting game. I'm all right with playing it. Right, 5 minutes to go, my friends. Amir said, Days, I want Jay White, Tama Tonga Loa to face off against Kenny and the Good Brothers Bullet Club versus Bullet Club. Oh, I love that idea. Is Cody on the match card tonight? Nothing has been announced for Cody that I have seen. So, no, not at the moment. Not at the moment. That sucks. This man will not play along with a crossover. I can't play along with it. It's not happening. Vince just won't do it. He won't. He won't entertain it. I mean, like, it's not in his benefit to do it. I understand that it would give the fans like a dream card and dream matches and all this kind of stuff. But from a WWE business point of view, the exposure that you would be giving your competition is, I can understand. Why would he do it? Why would he do it? Why would he want to help build AEW up? Why would he want to do that for his rival? Like, it doesn't make any sense. AEW is hurting NXT on a Wednesday. When AEW is not on a Wednesday, both shows do better. Same with NXT. When NXT is not on a Wednesday, both shows do better. Because at the moment, you're making people choose. So right now, AEW are hurting WWE because they're damaging NXT's ratings. Like, they're not in his good books. He's got no desire to want to help AEW or want to work with them. And honestly, he wouldn't want to do it anyway. Even if they weren't hurting his ratings in any way, he still wouldn't want to help them out. It's just not who he is. He doesn't work with New Japan. He doesn't work with Impact. He never worked with WCW. There was a slight relationship with New Japan in the 80s and early 90s, but that's long gone. That's long gone. And honestly, even then, it was the only reason that relationship was there was because it was beneficial for WWE to send people to Japan to get exposure in Japan. And this was like before people had the internet and all that kind of stuff. Like, there's no need to do it now. Now that you've got the network and different ways of getting your content out, there's no need to have that relationship. But they had that relationship in the 80s and the early 90s. But as we said, you're going back 30 years and it's long gone. Long gone. There was a slight relationship with NWA in the 90s as well, but I think that was down to Jim Cornette. I think that was a Jim Cornette idea. And, NWA just weren't a thing. They were on the out with WCW. They didn't have their own show. They had name recognition, but they weren't a threat because they weren't a promotion. So, there was a little thing with NWA in the 90s as well, and Dan Severn. But it's just not something he does. It's just not something he does. Days the Fiend should come back and retire Randy Orton, take his spot in Elimination Chamber, and go against Edge at WrestleMania, says Steven. Alex says, Days may sound silly, but it would... Oh, I'll tell you what does sound silly. This flipping alarm. There we go. Boom. We are up and running. Right. Let me go back to that comment. Do you see AEW going to Mondays when COVID is more under control? Yes. Yeah, I think the plan is for them to go on a Monday. I think Monday is a wrestling night. And honestly, I can see them going up against Raw eventually. And that is when you're going to get the real fight. Right now, this feels like a school ground kind of disagreement, a playground disagreement, a little scrap after school. Yeah, that's what the Wednesday Night War is. It's kind of like the school bully beating up on like some average kid at school. I mean, pretty much AEW dominates each week, and when it comes to ratings, it's not even really. I don't know that anyone looks anymore. Oh, well, I think people do look, but I don't think they necessarily look expecting NXT to win or anything like that. They might win this week. I doubt they will. But when it moves to Monday, wow. Them going up against Raw. Whoa. I mean, Raw should dominate at first, but no denying that they'll get more viewers on a Monday. I think if people had to choose between watching Raw or AEW, I think a lot are going AEW. I think you would see Raw's rating absolutely plummet. Absolutely plummet. Right now, it's at like I never saw what Monday's rating was, but last week was 1.7. I mean, Raw is in the toilet right now. Ratings have never been lower. They are at an all-time low. Since Raw began in 1993, the ratings right now are at an all-time low. So, yeah, we're in a really bad place with Raw. So if AEW comes along and starts becoming competition on a Monday, right, Days, I'm going to go out on Friday. Can you give me a shout out to you, Jordan? Austin said, I love seeing the Undisputed Era breakup. Well, we've got Kyle O'Reilly making his way down. Kyle O'Reilly making his way down to the ring. You all saw what happened. Okay, so we're starting off with Kyle O'Reilly. He says he keeps replaying the moment over and over. He says he's shocked and confused. This is not a great promo so far. I don't like this promo. I'm struggling to believe what he's saying. Like, the way he's talking, I'm struggling to, it's not. He is not a good promo. Am I alone? Is it just me? It's not a bad promo. It's an awful promo. So flat. I don't believe anything he just said there. I don't believe there's any emotion in what he's saying. If you think about how big that split was, his delivery was so monotone. Okay, Roderick Stronger's come out. We're underway with Matt Hardy and Hangman Page. Okay, Kyle getting a bit of emotion in his voice. That's a bit better. He says he doesn't know who to trust. He should have come out peeved, demanding answers. I don't get this. I honestly, this is one of the worst promos I've seen in a long, long time. Like, this bit now is okay. This bit's better, right? Where he's pacing back and forth and he's shouting at Roderick Strong. That's better. But the first delivery where he's so monotone. I don't understand why you did that to me. Finn says, you're not looking for me. Well, I'm looking for you. This is better. Look at this. Look at this. Finn Balor giving lessons. There's a bit of business that we need to address. Has everyone else stopped to think what Roddy's going to do when Cole turns his back on him and Fish? Okay, well, Pete Dunne's come down. Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch, Pete Dunne have come down. They're starting to attack everyone. So Balor's getting attacked. Roderick Strong's getting attacked. So there is a lot that's happening at the start of NXT. Right, there's referees that have come down trying to separate them. Balor down outside the ring, holding onto his ankle. Looks like Roderick Strong's in a degree of pain as well. Dunne again going after Balor, so it doesn't look like it's over between those two. Pete Dunne throwing in some big right hands. And it's Pete Dunne's music that plays as he starts to back away. We're still underway with Hangman and Matt Hardy. Yeah, it looks like it is just them two against TH2. I don't know why. That's not what I saw announced. Liam says, finally, a bit of passion from Kyle. That first 2 minutes was absolutely blooming horrendous. It was awful. It was awful. Look, this is no knock on Kyle O'Reilly. I think he's a great wrestler, so I understand there's going to be Kyle O'Reilly fans that are going to, you know, stick up for him and whatever, but that is not how you do a promo following such a big moment, that shocked the system, shocked the wrestling world. For him to come out and just look so like monotone, be so monotone and lack of emotion, but not even doing it because he's thinking and he's distant and he's all. It was just, I don't know. It's like he turned up and couldn't be bothered, and I'm sure that's not true. Perhaps it's because of the lack of promo time. I mean, honestly, how often does Kyle O'Reilly get a chance to talk in the Undisputed Era? Like, that's the biggest thing he's ever had to do. Roderick Strong. So we have got a 6-man tag match coming up. We've got Candice on her way out. So the way they've got posters. They've got posters for Dexter, for Austin, who got stolen by Dexter. So they've got missing posters for Austin Theory. So they're just showing us a clip from Vengeance when Austin Theory was stolen. He's probably in a basement somewhere. He probably is in a basement somewhere. Right, we've got Matt Hardy and Hangman. Who is inside that costume? Is there someone inside the costume? So he's talking about the contract that was signed last week. He said he added some stuff. So...
Status is a legend. They donated £2 via a super chat. Hi. How do you watch both shows? Keep it up, man.
So, Matt Hardy versus Hangman Page at Revolution. Even Matt's promo's not great. So, apparently it's going to be Hangman versus Matt at Revolution. And if Hangman wins, he gets all of Matt's earnings from the first quarter of 2021. A money match. That's what they're having, a money match. Right. Candice and Shotzi versus... No. Candice and Indy versus Shotzi. Isaiah Cassidy was under that costume. Wow, I've got to tell you, man, I think this has been a rough start. Dark Order coming down. -1 is there. Right, multi-man person on AEW. Gargano is sexy, says Austin. Matt Hardy, heel turn, says J14. NXT is at commercial break. So, looks like we are going to get Matt Hardy versus Hangman Page at Revolution. And apparently a money match. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but it might be that both guys' first quarter earnings are going to be at stake. Certainly Matt Hardy's first quarter earnings are at stake, but he said if you're a man, then you would put yours up as well. And again, the Dark Order standing behind Hangman. I like the Dark Order. They've really got over, obviously, since, Brody passed. I think they were getting over anyway, unlike being the Elite and the papers, and I wasn't seeing any of that, but when Brody passed, I saw lots of it, the clips, and it's very funny. It's good stuff. So I do like the Dark Order. So they've come down to save Hangman. Hangman's cool. They chase away Matt Hardy. I think Matt Hardy versus Hangman Page should be a good match. So that's all good. Young Bucks defending the World Tag Team Championships against Santana and Ortiz tonight. Should be a decent match. And we are backstage with the Inner Circle. Of course, Sammy Guevara has left. Days, I thought the best opponent for Drew at WrestleMania would be Samoa Joe. That would be good, Brent. That would be good. I'd love to see Samoa Joe back in the ring. I'm still upset they never gave Candice the NXT Women's title. Well, there's still time. Still chance. Days, I might be going to WWE when it comes to England and they let fans in. Have fun, Leo. Have fun. I think there's a lot of people that are going to be out and about. I should imagine there'll be no one on the internet, will there? Once the world reopens, everyone's going to go out. Everyone's going to go to restaurants and cinemas and see friends and family, and the internet's going to be like this complete... The internet might as well just shut down for a few months. Liam says, fun fact, I got Wade Barrett's Nexus t-shirt in the crowd at Sheffield. Very cool. Days, what is your sleep schedule like? Messed up. Jericho says, after a week of stupid decisions, your stupidest decision was quitting the inner circle. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? Is he playing on the news that about Sammy? So Jericho says tonight Santana and Ortiz are going to win the tag titles. Over on NXT, we're underway with Candice and Indy taking on Shotzi and Ember. Nice kick by Shotzi. Going for the cover. Not a brilliant kick out by Indy. What time is it in the UK right now? It is 18 minutes past 1. Also tonight, FTR against Matt and Mike Sydal. We've got Orange Cassidy taking on Luther. So they have mixed this card around. Eddie Kingston, Butcher and Blade versus Moxley, Archer and Fenix. And coming up next, I'm looking forward to this. Serena Deeb versus Riho. Two of the best in the world live. That's good, man. I'm looking forward to that next match. It's a match I was looking forward to when I saw the lineup for tonight. Serena Deeb versus Riho. Jericho is focused once again. Jim Cornette will lose his mind if Riho beats Serena Deeb. Amir says, Days, where is Tegan Nox? Wasn't she in a storyline with Candice? She got injured. She did a knee again. I think was it her ACL? The third time she's legitimately done her knees. So I don't know. I don't know what the future's going to hold for her. She seems to be made of glass. So yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. She keeps coming back, having a little run, and then picking up an injury. And I think if she gets another big injury, I think they might just be like, look, you're done. Your body can't take it. Because she has missed a lot of time. She's been on the books for a good couple of years now. Did Adam do anything yet? No. Nothing yet, Tyler. The Loomis Mystery Machine, says Butterspark. AEW needs to invade NXT and WWE. You missed a super chat from Status. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me have a look. I didn't even see that. I did as well. Status, shout out to you. I'll tell you why I missed it. I missed it because I'll give you a bit of behind the scenes. Just as the show started, the computer that's got AEW on started resetting, like completely out of the blue. You know, like one of them Windows updates. Like, it was mad. As soon as it counted down to, like, show for it to start, the screen went blue and it went, Windows is updating. I was like, oh my God. So, thankfully, we needed to watch NXT anyway. So, I had to actually quickly put it onto this computer so I could see what was happening in AEW. So, I had to have the sound off on this. That's why I missed it. Status, hi. How do you watch both shows? Badly. Badly, Status. Badly.
Mark is a legend.
Certainly when we get
They
technical
donated
difficulties.
$5 Australian via a super chat. When the world opens up again, it'll be like in War when everyone returned to Earth and it's all like Mad Max, a massive wasteland.
Yeah, I agree. When the world opens up, it will be like Wall-E. Shout out to you. It's Mark. This is quite interesting. Over on AEW, they're showing us some footage from over in Japan. Haven't seen any of this stuff yet, but I do want to watch it. Oh, Maki Ito already out, and there is Asha Kong. I love Asha Kong. Did she win? She better have won. 2, 3, yes! Asha Kong! She is a freaking legend. If you want to talk about the greatest female Japanese wrestlers ever, you better be talking about Asha Kong. She's top 10. I think Manami Toyota would be 1. I think Miko Satomura should be in there. I think Asuka should be in there as well. Bull Nakano should be up there. Oh, there's tons. But Asha Kong, definitely. Right, so we got some glimpses there of what was going down in Japantown. And we are coming back over to the United States of America, where Serena Deeb is making her way out. 113 days as the NWA Women's Champion. She is great, man. She is great. I've been so impressed. She's been one of, like, the breakout stars. It's so crazy to say that. But I really do think she's been one of the breakout stars. She has had such great matches. Here comes Riho. BWYA, the fam, HTD for life. Welcome back, Riho.
Wire hashtag the fam hashtag HTD for life is a legend. They donated $2 via a super chat. Oh, I cannot wait for this women's tournament.
Right, well, apparently 11 months she's been gone, but she is back. She's no bigger. She hasn't grown in those 11 months. "48 weeks? This is a difficult one, isn't it? I mean, like, Serena Deeb's awesome. Welcome back. Welcome back. I've got to think they're going to have Riho win. I mean, she's been gone for so long. Why would she come back and lose? First ever AEW Women's Champion. Days, why do you not do New Japan streams except for Wrestle Kingdom? Well, Wrestle Kingdom's the big one in the year. That's the ones that most fans will jump onto. Kind of, I would do that at the big shows. I would be interested in do things like New Beginnings and stuff like that. But New Japan are awful when it comes to copyright. There's quite a few people that on Twitter that have come out and said they got copyright strikes for their Wrestle Kingdom streams, and they weren't showing any footage or playing any audio. It's just New Japan, man, just proper clamp down on it. I don't know if it's a Japanese thing or I don't know. Proper clamping down, so it's not worth the risk. I enjoy watching it. I love the product, but it's not worth it. There's too much stuff that we stream, and we can't run the risk. Right, Serena Deeb getting back up to her feet. I can tell you that we are still at commercial break on NXT. We're almost half an hour through the shows, you know. Fun fact, Riho used to wrestle in the Philippines, says Basti. Hello, Basti. Basti, the living legend. I hope you are well. Is that true? She used to wrestle in the Philippines. Have you got? Is there like a wrestling promotion in the Philippines? The PWP, the Philippines Wrestling Promotion. If not, you should start it, Basti. You should get all over that, mate. Lovely bridge by Riho and Serena Deeb crashing down onto the midsection. And look at that. Lovely reversals. Takes down Riho, working on the arm, keeping her grounded. Nice bridge as well by Shotzi. Candice, though, sentoning onto Shotzi's midsection. Ember. Oh, lovely work. Is that Northern Lights? Spinebuster. Nice discus forearm. Clothesline by Indy, though. Everyone is down. Johnny has gone into the car park. There is a white van. He's trying to get inside. The doors are locked. He's going round. Okay, I'm trying to keep an eye on what's happening on NXT as well, because nothing's happening. We've gone back to the ring. So Johnny is in the car park whilst this match is happening, trying to see if he can get Austin Theory back. Over on AEW, Serena Deeb has grabbed the legs of Riho. She's going to slingshot her into the bottom rope. That was good. That was good. Some nice selling. Nice selling here by Serena Deeb. Selling the knee. Riho is down on the outside of the ring. What about Finn and O'Reilly? What, as like a tag team? As a team? I mean, yeah, I'm sure they will eventually team together. I could see them two against, say, Roderick Strong and Adam Cole. Nice net breaker by Serena Deeb. Riho crashes to the outside, but Serena Deeb collapses in the ring as well. Still selling that knee, which is it's good. Legit, I don't even know if she's really injured. She has got a knee brace on it. I think this knee is going to be a big factor here. I could see Riho winning this because of the knee. Doctor stoppage or something? She's saying that she can't move it. Riho is down and out. Serena Deeb's trying to go round to finish this. She's soldiering on. The ringside physician was like, do you want to end the match? And she was like, no. She went charging round. She's just grabbed Riho. Thrown Riho into the ring. Going for the pin. 2. JR says there's no point dilly-dallowing around. Here's Austin Theory is back. He's in his pants. So he's been saved. Well, there we go. Ember and Shotzi, I believe, are victorious. Riho is down. Right, is she going to go for a powerbomb? Picks up Riho. Got her up on... Oh. Pulling back on the arms. She's got... Oh, look at that. Look at how she's, like, manipulating the shoulder joints. That is moody, man. Proper going down, and a nice pin attempt as well. Shoulder up by Riho. I really thought, you know, when she was selling that knee injury, I really thought that she was going to call it quits at that point. But they've carried on. Grabbing Riho. Elbow to the back of the head. Nice snap over into... I thought it'd be a headlock, but she's grabbed the arm. Straight jacket stretch. Middle of the ring. They're giving this some time, aren't they? They're giving this some time. So Riho is grounded. Very much Serena Deeb is in control. But the story with this match is all about the knee injury. Riho managing to get up to her feet. Still in that straight jacket. Gets backed into the corner. And again, backed into the other corner. Riho round the back. Went for a full Nelson. Got broken out by Serena. Nice. Snapdragon suplex by Riho. Just going to commercial break over on NXT. So, Snapdragon on AEW. Both women are down. I like this. This feels like a proper match as well. This feels like a proper match. Going Ghost, shout out to you.
Going Ghost is a legend. They donated $5 via a super chat. I just thought of a great NXT match at WrestleMania. Cole vs. Baylor vs. O'Reilly for the title. I feel like O'Reilly and Baylor have unfinished business.
I like that. That would be a great match at WrestleMania. That would be a great match. Cole versus Balor versus O'Reilly. Triple threat. That would be tasty. Into the corner goes Riho. Serena Deeb coming over. Nice kick by Riho. Goes up round the houses. Head scissors. Serena Deeb going over to the corner. Knee strike by Riho. Serena Deeb goes down. And only gets a 2 count for Riho. So this match is rumbling along. Right, Riho, bear hug, is it? No, guillotine? Suplex? What are you going for? Her knee gave out, drop kick by Riho. Serena Deeb goes down. Riho going over to the corner. It's going up top. I really like this match. Nice crossbody, rolled through though by Serena Deeb. Elbow drop by Serena Deeb. Oh, stomping on the leg. I really like this match. What I like about it is you've got the first ever AEW Women's Champion in there with who I think is one of their biggest in-ring stars. I love Serena Deeb. I think she has great match. She's so consistent. She gives her all. She looks so good in the ring. Everything she does just seems to have, like, real impetus. And she really lays it in. I love Thunder Rosa as well. Like, I'd say it's very close between them two for, like, who I think is better in ring when it comes to AEW Women's Division. But I love Serena Deeb. And she is doing awesome work here with Riho. And Riho, both women are really selling. Swinging net breaker by Serena. And a shoulder up by Riho. And you can see that knee is really causing her a lot of discomfort. A lot of discomfort. Serena trying to go for the arm, but Riho has grabbed hold of the knee. We've got Kushida backstage on NXT. Nice forearm strike by Riho. Bronson Reed has arrived. He says that was a hell of a performance. Drop toe takedown. Serena Deeb is in a 619 position. Connects. 619. 619 by Riho. Riho going up top. Serena Deeb trying to get up. She's double stomped across the back. Is that Michael Bivens? Is he going to try and manage Kushida? Oh, right. No, he wants a match. So he said to Kushida, what I saw was really impressive, but it would be more impressive if you competed tonight. Isaiah Swerve is making his way down to the ring. Serena Deeb is outside the ring on AEW. We're still underway with this women's match. Hey, listen, give women a chance. There's a lot of complaining that AEW don't give women time on Dynamite, and they are absolutely doing that this week, and it is great. Dragon Screw by Serena Deeb. She's got Riho in the middle. Power bomb. Stretch muffler. Stretch muffler applied. Riho, though, trying to get to the bottom rope. Rolled through. 2. Kick out by Serena. Right, we've got Swerve against Leon Ruff. Northern Light suplex only gets a 2 for Riho. I tell you what, we've got stuff happening everywhere. Isaiah Swerve against Leon Ruff. Riho up top, double stomp, coup de grace. Coup de grace by Riho. 1, 2, kick out. Look at that. Serena Deeb kicks out of the coup de grace. Serena Deeb could beat Finn Balor. Breaking news. Leon Ruff, I love that move when he bounces off the ropes and manages to evade them in the corner. Nice arm drag as well. Riho going for a knee. Serena Deeb rolling up Riho. I really want Deeb to win this. No, reversed Riho, pulling through. It's a lovely pin, but Serena Deeb reverses and switches to... Man, this is so much fun. 2, 3. Riho got her. Riho pins Serena Deeb. It's a good match. It's a really good match. It's a really good match. Yeah, the technical wrestling on display there. I was really excited for this match, and this match has really lived up to my expectations. Really enjoyed it. I mean, I know Riho gets a bad rap for being, like, really, really small, but I have seen some really great Riho matches. She is capable of really, really great matches. She now goes forward to face Thunder Rosa. Riho versus Thunder Rosa. We've got Yuka Sasaki against Emi Sakura. Asha Kong against, what was that, Ryu? I didn't see who that was. There's Jade. We've got Jade Cargill. And there's Shaq. So, Jade practicing with Shaq. I think, wasn't she in the women's NBA or something I heard? I think she is meant to be like an incredible basketball player. It's a weird video. She looks great, though, doesn't she? I love that logo as well. Of her holding lightning. Shaq and Jade Cargill versus Cody Rhodes and Baby Brandi. Bum, 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 bum. Best friends making their way out. Over on NXT, we're still underway. Oh, look at that from Leon Ruff. What a wrestler Leon Ruff is. What a wrestler. Such extremes tonight. Some really bad moments on the shows tonight, but some incredible moments as well. Like, just seeing a brilliant women's wrestling match, and then you turn around and have a look at what Leon Ruff's doing over on NXT, and it's like, that is incredible. It's what makes Wednesday night so interesting, isn't it? Just all over the place. Absolutely all over the place. Look at that. Lovely twisting stunner off the top by Leon Ruff. Such a talented wrestler. Such a original wrestler as well. Does a lot of stuff that I've just never seen before. Like the bouncing off the ropes when he manages to avoid in the corner. I love that spot. I've seen him do that quite a few times. I can't say I've ever seen anyone else do that. Against the ropes. Oh, he covered up. But Swerve actually took his legs out from under him. Double stomp to the back by Leon. Serena's leg was injured and Riho had to roll her up. So they are still keeping Serena strong, says Nando. Yeah, I would have preferred. I think we all knew Riho would win because they've brought her in. I'm not going to just bring her in and not have a win. So I felt like she was going to win. But I did feel that there was a story that could be told about ring rust. I kind of think that, you know, Serena Deeb could have won. Riho could have lost. And you easily could have explained it as ring rust. And you could have kept Riho still looking strong, you know. Little interview afterwards saying, I'm not 100%. I've got to get rid of this ring rust. I need another match, and I'm going to ask Tony Khan if I can have another match next week. And you could have kept the story going that way, but I don't know. I think Riho is going to do quite well in this tournament. I could see her beating Thunder. Leon Ruff has beaten Isaiah Swerve. Oh! Isaiah Swerve shook his hand and, of course, starts beating him up after. Right, we've got Orange Cassidy versus Luther. What's this? Luther doing Luther things. Right, Swerve is beating up Leon Ruff. Oh, man, hurled him into the corner. Wow. Hurled him into the corner. He had him on his shoulders. He went over to the corner and like, wow. Leon Ruff upside down. Hard, I tell you. You gotta be careful with stuff like that. That like legit can put people on a shelf. Oh, he's dribbling. Oh, he's dribbling. Ah, Leon Ruff. What's he doing? Ah! The dribbler. Leon the dribbler Ruff. And it was all stringy as well. Hasn't he heard about the pandemic? You can't go doing that. Oh my God. Dribbling all over the place. Days, I think Leon Ruff would be a very good wrestler if he just added a bit of muscle. Shout out to you, Warsaw Till I Die. Hope you are well. It's all over the place. Honestly. NXT's underwater. There was that much dribble. Next wrestlers are going to have to paddle their way down to the ring. Oh my God. They're literally putting on scuba gear. So much dribble. Dribbly, dribbly. Leon the Dribbler Ruff. Do you know who else dribbles? Ric Flair. Orange Cassidy is down in the corner. Luther going over. Grabbing Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy goes underneath Luther's legs. Grabs him, looking for a powerbomb to the outside. And he gets it. He gets it. Real men, like the Hart Foundation, wear pink. Chuck Taylor fails miserably. Well, he is sporting pink. And he does plant Serpentico. Rolls him out the ring. Serpentico is down on the outside. Orange Cassidy getting back into the ring. What's he doing? Chuck Taylor's like crouched down like this on the edge of the ring. He's gone ninja whilst wearing a pink shirt. Yeah, like all them famous stealth operatives. When you go in stealth, if you're gonna go full on ninja, yeah, make sure you're in bright pink. Just crouch down on the outside. Wonderful. There we go. Look, he's got Orange Cassidy's jacket. Pops it on for him. There we go. Orange Cassidy has won. He is victorious. Many congratulations to him and his family. NXT is on commercial break. Ruff might be the modern day Virgil. Why? Did Virgil used to dribble? Is Virgil a dribbler? I mean, I kind of feel that Leon Ruff is a more talented wrestler than Virgil. I don't remember Virgil doing them moves, honestly. I mean, Virgil was great in his time, and I like Virgil. Virgil was like someone that I always wanted to see get more of a push. I'd like to have seen him around the IC title picture, but cause I loved his music. Dun 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 dun. His music was quite cool, and his story as well, where he was like, you know, the bodyguard, and he was demeaned and all of that, and then he stood up to the $1 Million Man. He had a great story. The problem was, once that story was done, they kind of went, what do we do with Virgil? Right, here comes Taz. Days, AEW is better than NXT, says Leo. Days, did you see the WWE Divas getting angry over a post of WWE Fox choosing different categories of... No, I didn't, no. I saw Asuka trending because apparently you've got the $5 bracket, $4, $3, and you have to choose a faction or something. You've got $20. You have to choose 3-4 wrestlers or whatever. And blah, blah, blah. But, and people were upset they were in like the $1 line, $2. I mean, it is stupid. They shouldn't do that. Because it's going to upset people. But it seemed like most people got upset that Asuka was on the $4 line, not the $5 line. She was trending. Right, we've got Baby Taz and Brian Cage and Papa Taz. And look, we've got this Tian Sha. So we've got Casey and Caden. Zaya, whatever is going on, we know this isn't the real you. Okay, Aaliyah and Jesse. Aaliyah? I like Jesse. I've said this a few times. She's got slightly better ring attire this week. I didn't like the one leg, the one long leg and the one shorts. I wasn't a fan of that. But I like Jessie. She's got a good size to her, Jessie has. kind of feel like she does need... Well, eventually she needs a gimmick. Right now, they're, I think, just giving her some ring time. But I do like her. I really like this team as well of Casey and Caden. I think they're a really good tag team together. It's good use for both of them. I think both would struggle as solo stars. I think Casey is a bit small. Caden's all right. She doesn't really stand out. She's got great hair. But it's hard to stand out in this women's division. Putting them together, I think they're a good team. Jesse, head scissor takedown. Sting is in the ring. It's Sting. Taz says, "Oh, you're going to be a badass." He goes after Brian Cage. Sting does. Sting is Baby Taz. Baby Taz grabbed the baseball bat. Brian Cage puts the boot to Sting. Brian Cage picks up Sting's going to powerbomb Sting. Sting takes a powerbomb. Wow. Wow. I mean, I suppose he's got to, isn't he? He's got a street fight coming up. He's going to have to get physical, but a powerbomb to the neck. Sting is down. Wow. So there we go. Powerbomb. Sting, yeah. I mean, I don't know if Sting could get up from that. There's people in the fight chat saying R.I.P. Sting. Sting is dead. Sting is still down, man. Good win for Casey and Caden. There we go. Sting taking a powerbomb. Ooh, powerbomb to Sting, says Kyle. Right, are we going to get... Here is Xia Li and Neo. Caden says, okay. Casey's like, whoa. Hold it, sister. Casey's going to try and speak to Xia Li. Keep some distance, Casey. Get back, Casey. Get back. Oh, dear. She's grabbed her arm. Oh, dear. Break her arm! Break her arm! Oh, that's not nice. She's put 2 black marks on her hand. What does that mean? Next week. Next week. So next week she's coming for Casey. Did you say purge or punch? It's a bit strange. I think they could have done something else. I wanted her to break her arm. Could you imagine if she just broke her arm? She just grabbed her arm and just went... That would be sick. But I don't think you're allowed to break people's arms. Sting is going to get himself killed. Did he learn nothing from Seth? Xia is awesome. Xia's cool. I do like Xia. I miss Jobber Xia. Here are both of our winners of the Dusty tournaments. Does that mean they now have to face each other? So we've got MSK and Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. I think Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez would stand a chance, actually. Raquel Gonzalez is a killer. So MSK, Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. They are going to be celebrating 55 minutes into the shows. Largely good, in all fairness. Largely good. It's been enjoyable stuff tonight. I went to the 2020 Royal Rumble and I was so happy Edge returned. I ran around the area. Then this year I cried when he won. You cried, haha. Nando said it would be cool if NXT Evolve had a Lucha Underground feel. Yeah, but that's kind of cost money in it. I don't know if they want to spend it. I think they're spending a lot on like Thunderdomes. They've just done the Capital Wrestling Center. Are they really going to spend a load more now on another show and make it like? I mean, like if it felt like that, I completely agree. That would be awesome. But I've got a feeling that's some serious investment. I don't know. I think they'll make it not look like a warehouse. I think they'll, decorate it somehow. But you are right. That would be awesome. It really does need to have a different feel. And maybe not just a warehouse. Yeah, Lucha Underground, it would be great. It would be great. WWE has booked Murphy into Disaster Hole. Wow. Is that Naya's hole? Is that the same? Seth versus Cesaro. Seth versus Cesaro. Mysterios versus Corbin and Murphy. Nothing with Aaliyah missing as well. Yeah, I'm not really bothered by Corbin or the Mysterios. Dominic doesn't excite me in the slightest. I kind of feel like Dominic is just... I mean, you see... Do you know what? You look at people like Leon Ruff and what he can do. And then you're just like, why am I watching Dominic wrestle? Do you know what I mean? What is Dominic bringing that... I understand that there's a story there and that he's Ray's son, but shouldn't he go to NXT? Shouldn't he go to NXT? Like Charlotte went to NXT, and she's Ric Flair's daughter. Shouldn't he go to NXT? Let's put him on NXT. Let's put him on NXT Evolve. Make him a big player in NXT Evolve. Have Rey Mysterio on NXT Evolve. Like, give it that little bit of star power. Done. That's it. Done. Vince, if you're watching... You've got billions. Make NXT Evolve look like Lucha Underground and put flipping Rey and Dominic Mysterio in it. Right, where are we? What is going on? Okay. Kenny has got the Young Bucks book. And he's in a school. Is there any pictures in the book? So it's Kenny in a school. Are they in love? Kenny says, well, it does certainly look that way. So Kenny taking the mick out of that picture on the cover, which a few people have taken the mick out of. So he's talking to the kids, reading out of the book. Over on NXT, we're just looking at what happened with the Dusty Finals. Kenny says it's time to go. Uncle Kenny's got to go. So Kenny's going. He's leaving the belt behind. Get the belt, Kenny. So the kid's asking, can Kenny come and play? I didn't even notice Nakazawa. The kids are saying they hate Nakazawa. Why is he leaving the belt? Why is the belt on the chair? I don't understand. Why is he leaving the belt? Right, we've got Santana and Ortiz, so we are going over to, I think, the tag title match. What was that about? Right. Young Bucks versus Ortiz and Santana. MSK want to say a few words. those words are woohoo! Woo! Yeah! We did it! He said, "Oh, how you doing, Beth? Let me give you a hug." Hugs for Beth. Right, MSK. Cutting a promo. Got all the previous winners on. I can't remember them. Authors of Pain, Undisputed Era, Aleister Black and Ricochet. The first ones were Finn Balor and Samoa Joe. So, March 3rd, we're going to get Danny Burch. Oney Lorcan against MSK. Wrestling Days. You see Sasha Banks wave the green flag for Daytona. I did. I saw the clip of it. Yeah, it's cool. She really gave it some gusto as well. Did you see? She was like, she proper went for it. She is the boss of flag waving. I like the Young Bucks attire. That's nice. Beth says, will you join me in welcoming a couple of women that have etched their names in history? Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. Bit strange having them both in the ring at the same time. It's cool, though. I like it. Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez, the winners of the Dusty Lady Cup. The MSK. Oh, look at that. Part in the ropes. It's nice, isn't it? So we are underway with Young Bucks against Santana and Ortiz. This should be a great match on AEW. You deserve it, Chan. I like MSK, but are they Men Street Kids? Men Street Kids. Days, how's this storyline? Loomis kidnaps Triple H. How's he going to do that? And the whole NXT roster turns on him and tries to beat him up, but he warns them their actions might hurt Triple H, and then he starts a faction that controls NXT. So, I mean, yeah, it's just okay. I'm really done with kidnappings. Like, there's no kidnappings that are going to excite me. What does excite me is Nia and Shayna appearing on NXT. Nia back where she belongs. Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax making their way down. MSK. They're such gentlemen. Look at them. Lovely guys. And Nia Jax went like that to them. They were like, whoa. Honestly, Nia Jax has bigger lunches than MSK. Look at the size of Raquel Gonzalez with Nia. That's actually... I'm kind of down for seeing them two. They've got history. They're chanting for Shayna. Dakota said, this is Shayna. She ran away. After Rhea beat her ass. And Raquel says, really, what? The same Rhea Ripley that I beat? You got Beth and MSK in the corner with some pop. Where did the popcorn come from? Do you remember when Dakota Kai was intimidated by Shayna? Yeah, I like this. Shayna saying, do you remember when I broke your arm? I'm not the same. I will happily kick your head off. MSK are loving this. Popcorn the sales are going through the roof. Excellent work on AEW. I'm kind of into this. Heels versus heels. You kind of like, don't know, but this works for me. There's a lot of history here. I'm not sure it will be them. I'm not. Nia says, let's just take it down a notch. Nia talking about Dusty. Okay, so Nia putting over Dusty. Dakota Kai made the list of Leo's celebrity crushes. Raquel Baszler should happen, says the high flyer. No one cares what MSK is doing. They're over in the corner just eating popcorn with Beth. They're having a great time. Oh, Dusty Rhodes, God rest his soul. He never met me. She looks, I think she's taller. I think Raquel Gonzalez is taller, but then they are all wearing heels. She's wearing heels. Nia's wearing heels. I'm down for that match, you know. I didn't think I would be, but I am actually down for it. Nia and Shayna versus Dakota and Raquel. It's got me really intrigued. Heel team versus heel team doesn't really work, but she's not a bad promo as well, Raquel. I'm going to take that boot and shove it so far up your hole. And look at MSK, they're down on the floor, the popcorn. Ah! Kill shot! That's what she just fired. She just fired a kill shot. She just killed Nia Jax. I'm going to take that boot and shove it so far up your hole. That was good because I was sitting here and I was like, I didn't even think about the my hole thing. I didn't think they would go there on NXT. I wasn't really thinking about it. Instead, I was like, I'm really in for this. I like this match. I'm down for this match. Ooh, one more thing. I'm going to take that boot and shove it so far up your hole. MSK in the background. That was good. That was a good moment. Well done, NXT. That was good, man. That was better than that had any right to be. If you'd said to me, we're going to get a Nia and Shayna promo on the show tonight, I'd be like, okay. I'm sure we can survive it. But it was good. Raquel is goated. She is a great promo, man. She's got a good... I didn't realize that she was as big as what she is, standing next to, like, Nia. She's had some good matches recently as well. She's really coming on. Let's start putting some extra respect. We might have been putting a very thin layer of respect on Raquel Gonzalez. We're now going to scoop a bit more out of the pot. Putting some respect on that name. Nice stunner by... we're still underway with this tag match. Kick out. Almost the 3 for Matt Jackson. Nick Jackson on the outside. I do love the Young Bucks attire. I know I've said it already, but it's really cool. Blue with like loads of just like splattered colors all over it. Looks really cool. And then the tassels. I do appreciate tassels in wrestling. Nice kick out. I think both teams actually have got really good ring attire here. Right, we've got Nick Jackson going up top. Matt Jackson has got... Oh, into the corner. Santana, Ortiz grabs. Matt plants him. Oh! Avalanche Falcon Arrow. An Avalanche Falcon Arrow. Wild. They showed and even said Mama and Papa Buck were in the crowd. Whoa. Raquel is going to be a huge star in the future, says Brony. She doesn't only have good size, but she is a great wrestler as well. John says, halftime scores? Yeah, let's do them now. You're right. Let's do them now. NXT is at commercial break, so this seems like a good time to do them. So yeah, get your halftime scores in. Tyler says, can you answer my question? Tyler, what was your question? I did not see it. I can tell you that Santana and Ortiz are doing well at the moment. Maybe Raquel should be promoted and a wrestler manager with Lucha House Party. I wouldn't rush it, honestly. I kind of think, like, she's one for the future, but she needs to be champion as well. Like, she needs a title run. She needs to be... going into takeovers with the belt, and I can still see her turning on Dakota at some point. So I think I don't see her going up to the main roster anytime soon. She might, at the earliest, go up at Rumble next year, but she needs a title run. She needs to be on takeovers consistently, and she needs feuds, and she's still got learning, but you can get excited about her. I am going to allow that. You are allowed to get excited about her. 7.25, 7.5. NXT 8 out of Nia's hole. Austin says NXT 7, AEW 6. Brendan says 8 is The Rockers. Getting them vibes. NXT 7.5, AEW 6.5. Says Brad. Kieran says NXT 7, AEW 5. Rated R Wrestling agrees. NXT 7.25. NXT 5.5. Big Boy Daddy says 6.5 for each. Kyle says, my whole mention is why NXT is winning this week. Well, I mean, I don't know if this week I might be preferring AEW. I did enjoy that little segment. I did. And Leon Ruff's match was very good as well. But... I think Serena Deeb versus Riho was wonderful. I really, really enjoyed that. I suppose there hasn't been much else that I've really enjoyed on AEW. I suppose seeing Sting take a powerbomb is significant. That's kind of a big moment, isn't it? Seeing Sting be powerbombed. They've got... Oh! Street Sweeper to... Oh! He almost got the 3! This is a good match as well. This is like pay-per-view. Do you know what I mean? Santana and Ortiz versus the Young Bucks for the tag titles. Hard into the railings. JR says this is a stimulating match because these guys are taking real risks. Apparently that NXT Evolve, I should have mentioned it earlier. Is it Josiah Williams? I think he does the song for this Cameron Grimes thing. He is apparently the host of NXT Evolve. Cameron Grimes has wrecked his car. Look at that. He's wrecked that vehicle. And he's laughing. He doesn't care. Right. There we go. He doesn't care. He's wrecked his car. Beth is such a good addition to NXT. Such a good addition. She's a really good commentator. She's such a nice personality as well. She was great in that little segment during the Dusty Rhodes thing. Right, the Young Bucks are being beaten up by the Inner Circle. Kenny was going to go out, but he hasn't. So, Inner Circle beating up on the Young Bucks. Kenny's not gone out there. Good Brothers seemed like they were on their way. Jericho's putting the walls on. Here's the Good Brothers. Is that Papa Buck? Papa Buck in the crowd. Pushes Jericho. MJF says you're going to pay for that. Right. We've got Kushida versus Rust. I don't know much about this Rust guy. Kushida versus Rust on NXT. And AEW has gone to commercial break. We've only got 40 minutes left. That is it. 40 minutes left. Our main event tonight is going to be Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and Finn Balor taking on Oney Lorcan, Danny Burch, and Pete Dunne. Liam said, this might sound stupid, Days, but I'd honestly give Dakota and Raquel the tag titles. There's genuinely a good women's tag division on NXT. Plus, that allows them a taste of the main roster. I agree. I don't think that sounds stupid. I like it. I like it. Nia needs to start doing our Rob Van Dam's entrance. Rust is just a jobber. Yeah, well, I haven't seen a great deal of him. I think I've only seen him wrestle once. And he's competing against Kushida, who obviously had that great match. Dave Meltzer's scores should have come out today, and I haven't seen them. So I don't know if he's released them yet. I would like to see if I can find those. See what Dave Meltzer rated NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day Meltzer. Let's see. Has anything come out? Have we got any ratings? I don't think so. We've got the breakdown of what happened, but I don't think we've got the ratings, have we? Ratings. Match ratings for NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day from Sean Ross Sapp. No, they don't count. No one cares about them. Ratings for In Your House doesn't look like they're out yet. Doesn't look like they're out yet. Right, AEW at commercial break. We got Kushida over by the ropes. Big boot over the top goes Kushida. Top rope Enziguri. Kushida pulls down the arm over that top rope. What was the Raw ratings? I don't know. If you're talking about like a number of viewers, I didn't see. I think, is it normally Brian Alvarez that tweets that out? Let's have a look. We'll have a look there. Brian Alvarez. Right, we are back on AEW. Oh, here we go. 4 hours ago, Raw 1.81. 1.81. So that is up from 1.7. I mean, we say up, but I mean, it really couldn't go down. Well, I suppose it could, but it really shouldn't. 1.81 it did, and last week, I'm trying to find what last week's number exactly was. 1.71, so it's up 100,000. 100,000 people, and I bet that 100,000 were only watching because they desperately wanted to know what was going to happen to Nia Jax's hole. I bet that was it. 100,000 Nia Jax hole stands watched. Here is Brandi, who, I hate to say it, she is getting fat. She is getting fat. It's a girl. So there we go. A little girl. No wonder the women got more time this week. Now they found out they're getting a baby girl, they're probably starting to plan on using women a lot more now. Oh, we need. What if our daughter wants to be a wrestler? We've got to use women's wrestling more. Right, FTR. Is that all it was? So we had Cody and Brandi come out. Fireworks went off. It said it's a girl, and they left. Oh, okay, well, at least he's gone on to commentary. It's a girl. Can I just say, for a split second, I was like, I had no idea what's going on here. It's a girl. What does that mean? And I was like, oh. Got you. Only for a split second. I wasn't sat here for minutes, like, trying to work it out. But just that moment, I was like, it's a girl. Oh, it's a girl. Right. Right, FTR. Versus, who are they facing? Matt and Mike. Sydal. There we go. Cody says he loves a good brother tag team. Good brothers. Days Ric Flair happened to Lacey's hole. He did. Hello to Tyler. I think it'd be good for Rhea Ripley to win the Raw Women's title. Well, it will be good, but I don't know if I would give her that now. Might make her wait a little bit longer. Days, didn't Raquel Gonzalez remind us what Ric Flair did to Lacey? What, when she said she was going to put a boot up that hole? I don't think that's how you get pregnant. Ask Brandi. against the ropes. Do we 100% know that Cody's the father? Right? All I'm saying, yeah? Woo! We know what he's like. We know that he's jet flying, limousine riding. He can certainly get around. Right? All I'm saying is when that child is born, don't be surprised if it comes out in a robe. That's all I'm saying. Bum, 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 bum. That sound just starts playing. Da, 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 da. Bum, 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 bum. Woo! Imagine Cody's face. They should do that. They should definitely do that. They should definitely do that. Guys, we have got footage from the delivery room. Don't worry, it's nothing graphic, but you are going to be there for the magic moment when this new life is brought into Brandi and Cody's life. Bum, 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 bum. Woo! He's definitely the father. I'm sorry. I don't like to spread fake news or rumors, but Ric Flair is definitely the father of Brandi's child. Big kick by Rust. Kushida is down. 2. Shoulder up. Shoulder up. Flashing lights when that baby pops out. Yeah. In my mind then I was like, flashing lights. It's that Weekend song, but that's Blinding Lights, isn't it? In my head, the baby was coming out to dun 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 dun, which would make sense because there's loads of people with bandages on their faces in hospital. All them could come in. We could reenact the Super Bowl. Bum bum ba da 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 da. In my mind, all the midwives are joining in. Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Scenes. And then Ric Flair walks in. I tell you what, this is a long match, isn't it? Look at that. Lovely twister. Kushida absolutely being pulled in lots of different directions. Down goes Russ. Kushida charging over. Kick of the arm. We're underway with FTR against Matt and Mike Sydal. Back elbow just misses by Kushida. Up on the shoulder. Back elbows coming in by Kushida. Kushida on his feet. Nice takedown. I've been on my own for long enough. That's the first line, isn't it? Hoverboard lock by... What is Bivens doing? So the refs called it. I'm guessing Russ gave up. Kushida with the hoverboard lock. Bivens did not want that match to end. He was trying to distract the ref or tell the ref not to end it. He says, I need to protect my investment, and my investment is you. You will live to fight another day. So Kushida wins. Hello. Little video package. This is one of their newer signings, isn't it? But I don't know what her name is. Zoe Stark's debut. So she was in the Dusty... Was she Marina Shafia's partner? Can't remember who she partnered. But she was one of the new... Like, obviously they signed Priscilla Kelly and a couple of others. And this is one of those. Right. Where does Kushida go now that he's lost to Gargano? Cater him. I don't know what plan. Hopefully they've got something planned for him, but it's hard, isn't it? It's hard to see what he can do because he can't go to the main event picture. It's too clustered. You've got Finn Balor and Undisputed Era and Karrion Kross is sniffing around, and where does Kushida fit into all of that? It's hard. Perhaps he goes to NXT Evolve. I don't know. Nice. I've got that blinding lights in my head now. 29 minutes left, my friends. We're getting to the point where we're sneaking our way to main event territory. Whenever NXT goes to commercial, AEW comes back. Rarely do they go to commercial at the same time, but it does happen a couple of times. 4.75 for NXT so far, says Desmond. Tony Stark's sister is coming to NXT. BBB Yipsy, shout out to you, says they just saw a great interview on Lillian Garcia's YouTube show with Lacey Evans. It was very informative on her younger life and some of the things that she has been through. Nothing but respect for her. To the outside. Went Cash. Okay, FTR working together. Ooh, he went hard, man. Matt Sydal really throwing in some chops here. Going up into a DDT, couldn't
Kyle
get
Martins
it, goes
is
over.
a legend.
Dax.
They donated $1.99 via a super chat. Rick versus Cody for child custody for Brandis baby LOL.
Bucket. Maybe that would be slightly unfair, so let's do Rick versus Arn. How about that? Arn can represent Cody's interests. Ric Flair versus Arn Anderson in 2021. For custody of a child. High kick coming in by the Sydals. I'll call them the Sydals. Double knees. He manages to take down both of FTR with his double knees. Foot on the rope. Just gets a 2 count. Days, how is AEW? Good and bad. There's some good stuff, some bad stuff. Not too much bad. It's been all right. Matches have been pretty solid. I kind of feel like this match is a decent little match. It's all right. It's just a bit of filler, really, but it's all right. Tag match for the tag titles was good. And Serena Deeb might have been the best match tonight. Serena Deeb,
Going Ghost
Riho.
is a legend.
Brilliant.
They donated $5 via a super chat. Breaking news, Bad Bunny will be performing Nia's new entrance song at Mania. It's called My Hole. It will be a big smash.
It would be a big smash. It would be a big smash. I think that's the best way of using Bad Bunny. Get him to sing a song called My Hole. Think of the merch, guys. Think of the merch. Bad Bunny, Nia Jax, My Hole merch. The dream. Right, FTR. Trying to get... are they going to try and cut his hair? Trying to find some scissors, and I don't think they can find them. He has managed to find them. Lights have gone out, though. Lights have gone out, guys. It's all dark. We're seeing LA Knight on NXT, and we're seeing Luchasaurus. God, them lights are off forever. He's got a new mask, and is it the same as the old mask? I can't really see any difference. If there is any changes, they're not very noticeable. It's more green. I feel like it's more green than it's ever been. I do like Jungle Boy in his leather jacket. That looks cool. We've got LA Knight. He says, everyone claims to be the hottest free agent, but if their name isn't LA Knight, then they've been told the wrong thing. Okay, well, there we go. Who is LA Knight? It's Eli Drake. Zoe Stark making her way down. Really not got a great deal of time here for the main event, have we? If we've got a match now. I would imagine this is going to be short. Shaq and Jade Cargill versus Cody and Red Velvet on March 3rd. Face of the Revolution ladder match. Winner gets a shot at the TNT Championship. So that's been announced for Revolution. I didn't catch who Zoe Stark's facing. I don't know who this woman is. Jobette. That's who she's facing. She's facing Jobette. Jobalina. Right, Zoe Stark versus Jobalina. Lady Jobber. Clothesline. Lady Jobber goes down. Young Bucks versus Chris Jericho and MJF at Revolution. We've got Moxley cutting a promo. Forearm strike by Jobalina. Mark, shout out to you. Stomp.
Mark is a legend. They donated $5 Australian via a super chat. Nia Jax hashtag my hole and Lacey pregnant and Brandi it's a girl. Dolph Ziggler in the back IT should have been me.
I didn't know where you was going with that then, Mark, but nice payoff. It should have been me. Nice knees to the midsection. Zoe Stark really laying it in. She looking for a suplex? Picks her up. She lands on her feet. Into the corner goes Zoe Stark. Grab her. Face first. Jobalina. Face first into the corner. Nice back kick. Jobalina goes down. Zoe Stark. I don't really like Zoe Stark's ring gear. It's like just red, pretty bland. It's alright. I kind of feel like it needs something. Against the ropes. Oh, nice knee strike. That was good. That was good. She's good. I like her. She's doing alright. Taking her time, being quite methodical. Oh, love that finish. She kind of picks her up, spins her around, and as she's coming round, knee strike. It's kind of like a GTS Plus. I'd like to see that finish again. How does she actually do it? How does she actually do it? I want to see that. Yeah, I don't care about this. Show me the finishing move. Don't care about this either. God, why are you showing me the match? I don't care about the match. I just watched the match. All right, there was the knee strike. Right. It's kind of cool, man. Don't know how she's going to do that to the bigger women. She's got some size to her, though. Like, she's not like a thin stick of a woman that's going to snap. Like, I think she hits the gym, so she should. But that's a hard move to do. Good luck doing that to Nia Jax. Zoe Stark looks impressive. That's a pretty good finisher. It's nice. Right, we've got Scarlett. Karrion. Karrion's good. I'm really impressed with his promo skills. This is quite an interesting match, actually, him against Santos Escobar. I never expected it. Next week. I'm going to take my arm and drive it through the back of your head. And Scarlett's like, oh. He's good, man. He's very intense. There's no easy way out of this one. TikTok. Right, main event. Nia Jax botches so much, she finally botched the whole match. Peter. Pete Dunne. Oni Lorcan. Danny Burch. Do like Pete Dunne. Such a great match. So they're going to be taking on O'Reilly, Strong, Balor. Will we see Adam Cole, baby? Is Adam Cole, baby, going to make an appearance? Over on AEW, the match that we thought would be main event is main event. Moxley, Archer, Fenix versus Kingston, Butcher, and Blade. And will we see anyone from New Japan? It's quite a mask, isn't it, that Fenix is sporting there? Quite a mask. Right, Balor making his way out. Dun, dun, dun. How was Adam Cole, Crybaby? We haven't seen him yet. Adam Cole is going to show up in this match, says Austin. Basti says, why do I have a feeling at the end of NXT, Adam Cole is going to come out, there's going to be a stare down with Roddy and Kyle O'Reilly, and they're all going to end up attacking Finn Balor. And this was a setup the whole time. Ooh. Basti with a Basti thought there. That's one of Basti's thoughts. A Basti theory. Imagine Pat McCarthy and Adam Cole. Balor, O'Reilly, and Strong, says Desmond. Should be a good main event, says Desmond. Mr. KW says scenes. Well, we're underway with AEW. We are underway. Mr. Jericho says, what about old Japan? It's a really good question. Why does no one ever talk about old Japan Pro Wrestling? What is going on? It's true. I might not watch this match, says Creed. Right. It says Undisputed Era, and Roderick Strong is coming out with O'Reilly. O'Reilly making his way down. He's still wearing an Undisputed Era t-shirt. There is still... I mean, the good news is there is still an Undisputed Era. It's just a bit smaller now. Butcher and the Blade. If Mia Yim fails, then I've got a backup in Zoe Stark, says Jason. Maybe that's what Keith Lee thinks as well. I love Finn's team. All guys are sexy, says Austin. What if Pete Dunne fights Drew McIntyre? Wouldn't that be amazing? Yeah, would be. In the corner, Moxley, we are up and running. We got our main event underway on AEW. We got 13 minutes to go. Jake the Snake's at ringside. Bunny is at ringside. Lance Archer in the ring. The Blade with a big strike. Tully and FTR versus Jurassic Express March 3rd was just announced. Very cool. Shout out to you, Lauren. Won't Kyle need a new theme song? Well, I think he wants to find out what's happened first. Was it just a moment of frustration? Or is it bigger than that? There's a lot of people up top. Fenix comes crashing down on the Butcher. NXT's at commercial break. Days, do you think I should stay up all morning and play FIFA 21? Depends. Have you got anything to do tomorrow? Because if you do, then I would say no. Pete, Lorcan and Birch versus the Limb Breakers. O'Reilly, Strong and Balor, says Mark. Creed said, this will be a good match unless something bad happens again. What if Cesaro wins the Universal Championship? Then there would be a lot of celebrating. He's a very popular wrestler. But I don't know that he'll ever be Universal Champion, if I'm being honest. I think he will get an opportunity, but I don't know if he'll ever win it. Days, what if WWE swerve us and Edge chooses Volta at Mania? I don't think that's an option, to be honest. He's been talking about Raw and SmackDown and NXT, and he's been to visit the champions. For him to then turn around and choose Volta would be strange. Win the Royal Rumble and compete for the NXT UK title. Be strange. That would need a lot of explaining. That would need a lot of explaining. I think even selecting the NXT Championship needs explaining, but the NXT UK one, I don't know. Do you think Edge dreams of performing in the BT Sports Studio in London? Nice elbow drop. Moxley in control. So we are about to come back to NXT. Netflix today, maybe cricket documentary on the 2020 Women's World Cup. Capsman, shout out to you. If Cesaro wins, we celebrate, says Andros Lopez. Cesaro versus Volta would be amazing. That would be amazing. Down for that. I'm down for that. And it makes sense as well, because that NXT UK Championship sort of is probably most representative of the European Championship right now. I kind of feel like it's the European Championship. It represents all of Europe. I know it's NXT UK, but there isn't an NXT Europe, so it kind of represents Europe. I mean, Volta's from Austria. So, for example, Ilya is Russian, wasn't he? A-Kid was from Spain. So there is like European talent in the NXT UK. And Cesaro is from Switzerland. So it makes a lot of sense. You can easily do that. It's a massive match. We've seen Cesaro compete against Ilya. Wasn't it Cesaro versus Dragunov at TakeOver? I mean, that was an exciting match at the time. But now, after what Ilya did against Volta, it's even more exciting. So hopefully when NXT UK gets another TakeOver show, we do get a name. And I think Cesaro would be amazing. We have already seen him, but him against Volta, sign me up. Balor comes crashing down onto the arm of Oni. So how long have we got? We got 9 minutes. 9 minutes. James says, I think WWE may have Edge bring back the World Heavyweight title in place of the Universal. I would love it. I'm not expecting it. But I would love it. I don't know that they feel a need, if I'm being honest. I don't know if they think there is a need to do that. But there is a need. It's there's a lot of it's funny, isn't it, how people say they want the World Heavyweight coming back. No one ever talks about like bringing back the Winged Eagle or anything, but I suppose it's because the Universal is obviously the second belt to the WWE. So the WWE Championship, if that was going to change, I think people would like to see a Winged Eagle or Attitude Era about Big Eagle or Undisputed Championship, or, you know, they'd like to see some. I don't think anyone would call for the spinner, but I think then you would get shouts for the Winged. But because this is the Universal and it's the second non-WWE Championship, everyone straight away goes World Heavyweight, big gold, which I am totally for, by the way. Sign me up. I just sadly don't think it's going to go that way, but I've been wrong before. It has happened once in the 80s. I wasn't even born. I'm only 21. Over the top goes Fenix. Boom. Lovely work by Fenix. Fenix doing some very impressive stuff. Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch have got some ring steps. Pete Dunne is kind of distracting the ref, but not doing a very good job of it. 1, 2. Frog splash by Fenix. Kick out by Butcher. We've got lots of action on both shows right now. Kick to the midsection by Pete Dunne. Up goes Strong. Lands on his feet. Oh, he's so good with backbreakers. When I think of Roderick Strong, I think of backbreakers. And he does a beautiful one right there. Kyle O'Reilly comes in. Nice quick strikes by Kyle. Days, NXT is going overtime. It can go up to 8 minutes. Nice leg sweep by Kyle. Leo said, I can stay up and play FIFA. Do it then. Do it. Live your dream. Winged Eagle is the WWE. The World was a very different title. It was. Oh, big forearm strike by Pete Dunne. And it goes to commercial break. It's amazing how Lorcan and Burch used to be jobbers. Roderick Strong's backbreakers look like they hurt a lot. Dave in Real Life says, yes, it's Defo Edge Roman at Mania. Sunny, hello Sunny, says, how has NXT been? I'm just popped in as my Wi-Fi has decided to work. NXT has gone well. NXT's doing all right tonight. It's a decent show. It's hard to say which show's better, actually, if I'm being perfectly honest. I kind of feel like the best match tonight by a mile was Riho and Serena Deeb. But both shows have had good moments. Both shows have had some bad moments. I kind of feel it kind of feels close. Kind of feels close. I just don't. I'm not really too bothered by these multi-man matches, if I'm being honest. I know the kind of makes sense. I mean, it makes more sense on NXT. Archer throws Fenix onto the Butcher and the Blade. Comes off the ring. Big dogs can fly, says JR. Lance Archer dealing with Butcher and Blade. It leaves just Kingston and Moxley in the ring. Big chop by Kingston. And again. Back fist by Kingston. Big clothesline by Moxley. We're getting down to the final few minutes. 1, 2, 3. Moxley has pinned Kingston. So John Moxley has pinned Eddie Kingston. Is someone coming out? Is The Miz going to cash in his Money in the Bank soon? Well, he'll have to do it soon. He's got to do it before the next Money in the Bank. I think that's what? May? Is it May? May or June? We're in the middle of Feb, so... yeah, he's got a couple of months. So, Moxley talking down the camera, and Good Brothers are attacking. So, Good Brothers are attacking. Out comes Kenny. And Kenny is making his way down. He says, "You don't look as tough now, do you?" Oh, right. The late Valentine's Day gift has arrived. So it's a rematch. So it is going to be Moxley and Kenny in a rematch. Kenny says, am I going to have to break your neck to keep you down? They're going to have an exploding barbed wire death match. What the flip are they on about? What's exploding barbed wire? What's exploding barbed wire? There's probably war generals sat there right now going, even I don't know what exploding barbed wire is. It's barbed wire that explodes, guys. Tony says, I've never witnessed one in my... No one has, Tony. No one knows what it is. Exploding barbed wire death match. Okay. AEW doing AEW things. Days, do you miss the Shield? Shield are cool, man. I do miss the Shield. Exploding barbed wire death match. WTF. A barbed wire death match, but explosive. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like, honestly, it's like they book their matches using a random word generator, isn't it? It's like they go to a random word generator, they put in a few options, pyro, explosion, barbed wire, kendo stick, wrestling, last man standing, cage, hit random, explosive barbed wire death match. Let's go with that. We'll go with that. Right, we're going to have an explosive barbed wire death match. Here's Adam Cole. Oh, another kick to the face of Kyle O'Reilly. It certainly wasn't frustration. It certainly wasn't a one-off. He's got Kyle. Picks him up. Plants him onto the ring steps. Adam Cole, baby. They're done. They're done. They are done. I don't even know why they're all wearing Undisputed Era stuff. Finn Balor's down. Kyle O'Reilly is down. All the Undisputed Era stands are down. Nice knee strike by Roderick Strong. He's got that NXT championship. He goes, oh, Pele kick! He just Pele kicked Roderick Strong. Pete Dunne comes in. Bitter end. 1, 2, 3. Pete Dunne pins Finn Balor. Peter wins. No! Pete wins. He did. John said that is a missed opportunity. It should be a bra and panties match. Well, yeah. An exploding bra and panties death match. An exploding bra and panties death match. At any point, the bra is going to explode. You just don't know when. So you've got to get this match over as quick as possible. An exploding bra, and for some reason, they're in panties. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. An exploding bra and panties death match. Where is the Elimination Chamber poll for the stream tomorrow? It's members that are voting for it. So I will let people know what it's going to be later tonight. So Finn Balor down in the ring, beaten. And Oney Lorcan, Danny Burch, Pete Dunne victorious. Oh, there's Adam Cole, super kick. He's just going around trashing everyone, isn't he? It's like a one-man wrecking. It's like a wrecking ball. He came in like a wrecking ball. He's gone full on Miley Cyrus, guys. He's Adam Cyrus. Adam Cyrus. Gonna put my hands up, play my song. Kyle O'Reilly, go away. Yeah! There's a party in NXT. So there we go. He's got the NXT championship. He wants that back, doesn't he? He's like, I used to have this. I was so happy when I had this. I want it back. Adam Cole holding up that NXT championship. I can't remember who said it earlier, but like triple threat would be cool. O'Reilly, Cole. In fact, you could do a fatal four-way with Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne, Finn Balor, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly. Fatal four-way WrestleMania. It's just a bit far, isn't it, WrestleMania? Still got a way to go. He wants the belt. He does. He made that very clear. Very clear. Vicey and Yogi Besh TV. Shout out to you, my friends. Vicey and Yogi Besh. What is that? What's a Yogi Besh? What is it? I need to know. Look, there's Kenny. Ah! Thumbs up. Thumbs up, look. Exploding bra and panties match. He likes it. He likes it. He's like, yeah, watching a bit. Oh, that's a good idea. There we go. Get your scores in. Get your scores in for NXT and AEW. What did you think? Was you emotionally invested? Was you taken on a roller coaster ride? There was laughter. There was tears. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts? Austin says NXT 7, AEW 6. Warsaw Till I Die says NXT 8.25, AEW 7.15. Donnell says NXT 10 out of 10. NXT 7.5, good ending, says Brony. Brendan says 9.5. Nico Guy says NXT 8, AEW 7.5. Sonny, shout out to you. Here we go. Vicey and Yogi Beesh. Deja, a legend, thank you for continuing to entertain. That's very kind. Thank you, my friend. I still don't know what I want to know what a Yogi Beesh is, though. I feel like I could eat it. Do you know what I mean? I feel like you'd have it with rice. Nice Yogi Beesh and rice. Days, do you see Cole taking the title from Balor?
Vicey and Yogi Beesh TV is a legend. They donated £5 via a super chat. So. Days, you're a legend. Thanks for continuing to entertain.
Shout out to you, my friend. Why didn't one of the hackers on the escape pod dress up like the hacker on Cyber Chase? I've never seen that. 7.7 exploding bras and panties out of 10 for AEW. For the love of Pete, don't give Cole the belt again. Well, look, can I say, I'm going to say tonight's a draw. I'm going to say tonight's a draw. I know people are going to say that it's a cop-out, and I don't care. Because I think that both shows were all right. I'm going to say they were like 7.25 each. I can't really separate them because I really enjoyed matches on both. I thought Leon Ruff was good. I think the my favorite match of the night was Serena Deeb and Riho. So I've got to give props to AEW. I think that there was stuff on both that I wasn't too into. I don't really understand what Kenny was doing in that primary school. I didn't really understand that, if I'm being honest. I thought Kyle O'Reilly's promo at the start was awful. I thought it was exceptionally bad. But then he did at least start to get some emotion into it when Finn Balor came out. So for me, there was like, we got to see some new stars. That Zoe Starks was quite interesting on NXT. Cole coming out and hitting O'Reilly again. I mean, there wasn't really like an OMG moment on either show. I kind of feel like both shows were watchable. I think if you watched AEW, you enjoyed it. I think if you watched NXT, you enjoyed it. I don't know that either show really did enough to get a lead. I don't know that either show really did anything that would make me say, yeah, that's the better show. I mean, honestly, the best match tonight, as I said, is AEW. Serena Deeb and Riho. I think that's the best match tonight. But I do think that there was quite a bit of good stuff over on NXT as well. So if I was going to say a show was better, if I really had to, if someone really had a gun to my head, I might go with AEW. Might go with AEW. But honestly, I don't even feel great saying it out loud. I think they're about the same. I genuinely do. I don't think there's really much here to separate them, so why separate them? if I haven't got to, why do it? I think if ever there's a week where it's like, yeah, this show's definitely better, then I tell you. But for me, I think this is close. I think we're done anyway. I think we are done, my friends. So yeah, fun. Another Wednesday is done. Shame there was nothing like OMG. It's a shame there was nothing more, but still, as I said, 2 solid shows, and certainly not a chore to watch by any means. But hey, we're getting ever closer to Friday, and I love Fridays. You want to talk about the best show of the week? It's called SmackDown. and it's on a Friday, and I'm super excited for it. So there will be Elimination Stream tomorrow. There is SmackDown on Friday. We've got UFC on Saturday. We've got Elimination Chamber. Don't forget Elimination Chamber on Sunday. We've got Raw on Monday. There's plenty coming up on the channel. So, yeah, thank you so much for joining. Really do appreciate it. I hope you had a good time. And hopefully I will see you again next time. Bye for now.